Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Bescheuertes kurzes Bein. Welcome back to our coverage of the India versus South Africa series. Third T20 International today from Johannesburg. After the first two T20s were rain affected, at least rain affected. First one was rained out. South Africa lead the series 1-0. Everything to play for India here to restore or to save face, to restore honor, and draw this series. Yes, apparently the weather in Johannesburg is bone dry. That's what I'm hearing from the ground. And let's get into the nitty-gritty. The umpires have just been rotated around from the last match. They are Alahuddin Paleka, Bongani Yele, and Lubabalo Nkuma. The reserve umpire is Stephen Harris. Paleka and Yele are the on-field umpires, and Kuma is the TV umpire. Match referee is Chris Broad. For the toss, South Africa have won the toss again and again, have inserted India. The Indian team is unchanged from the last match. We have Yashasvi Jaiswal and Shubman Gill opening the batting, Tilak Varma at 3, Surya Kumar Yadav the captain at 4, Rinku Singh at 5, keeper Jitesh Sharma at 6, Ravi Jadeja at 7, Kuldeep Yadav at 8, Mohammad Siraj at 9, Arshdeep Singh at 10, and Mukesh Kumar at 11. For South Africa, we actually do have an international debutant, I think. And it is Nandraburger, who's making his debut for South Africa today. But let's go through the team for South Africa. We have Reza Hendricks and Matthew Breitske opening the batting. We have Aiden Markram, the captain. Then keeper Heinrich Klaassen, David Miller, Donovan Ferreira, Andile Pechlokwayo, Keshav Maharaj, Lizard Williams, Nandre Boga, and Tabré Shamsi. There are 3 changes in the South African team. Let me just see. Yes, we have the players missing out are Marco Janssen and Gerald Coetzee, who are off to prepare for the tests, which will start on Boxing Day. And the other player to miss out is Tristan Stubbs. As I said, South Africa have won the toss and have inserted India, which is not that much of a surprise because chasing seems to be the thing to do in T20s at the moment anyways. India definitely not with the A team here. Let's see what they can do. They showed flashes of competence in the last match, but were thoroughly outplayed by South Africa. And I think they might have fared even worse if the game had not been affected by rain, with South Africa being set a target of 152 from 15 overs after India were 180 for 7 after 19.3 when the rain came. And the innings was ended at that point. So let us see. Apparently, it is expected for the pitch to be a relatively batting friendly pitch, a batting paradise, some people might say. There's a lot of runs expected for today. Let's see. The weather looks very, very good in Johannesburg today. Clear skies after the last 2 games both being affected by rain. Let's hope we'll get an uninterrupted match in this time. Anything else? Yes, if you want to get in contact, you can always use the YouTube chat. I will monitor that. And you can always tweet me. My Twitter handle is on the screen. I will monitor that as well. So if you got any questions, anything you want to share with the people watching and with me, please feel free to use the chat or use Twitter. And yes, of course, if you are watching this and you like it, always remember that for a small channel like mine, it is always very, very important that you click the like button, because with 28 subscribers, there's it's really important for this YouTube algorithm bullshit thing to register interactions with my content. And you can always do that by just clicking the like button below the videos and below the stream. It doesn't cost you anything. It's basically just telling YouTube that you watched it and that you liked it. So it gets recommended to more people, or it doesn't get buried in the subscription feeds of the subscribers, because let's be honest, right now YouTube is kind of weird with that kind of stuff. Yes, and we do have our first interaction. Brian in Brisbane, hello there, just tune in, and I can't see what he's writing, because there's this stupid heart emoji thingy in the chat now that always blocks out the latest chat message. It's so annoying. Just tuned in. Is play underway? Thanks. No, play is not underway yet, but Brian, that's to be expected, because it's scheduled to start in about 5 minutes, but it's looking good. The toss took place as planned. As I see on the screen here right now, there's some montage from earlier, warm-up, nets, stuff like that. The Indian team in a huddle. But I expect play to get underway right on time, which should be in 5 minutes from now. Yes. The weather seems to be fine. We are not expecting any delays due to the weather. India are playing an unchanged side from the last match. South Africa have made 3 substitutions, chiefly because Gerard Coetzee and Marco Jansen are rested to prepare for the test series that gets underway on Boxing Day. And Tristan Stubbs is also left out. In come Keshav Maharaj and Donovan Ferrers. And we have left arm quick Nandre Boga making his debut. Let's see what his stats are for domestic T20s. He's played 43 matches. He bowled 879 balls. He conceded 1,075 runs. He took 51 wickets with best bowling in innings of 3 for 11. He has an average of 21.07 and an economy of 7.33, a strike rate of 17.2, which is not that bad, to be honest. The economy would make me a bit apprehensive, I think. 7.33 as a career economy is perhaps a bit expensive. Yes. Well, the 2 players, Jansen and Coetzee, who are being rested so they can take part in the 4-day franchise tournament, which is South Africa's first-class competition, as preparation for the upcoming tests against India, which will be very, very important for India, one would think, given the fact that India have never won a test series in South Africa. The closest they have come to that is drawing test series in South Africa, and they are surely looking to scratch that off their list. The toss was won by Aidan Markram, who inserted India first. No surprise there, as we are now seeing the players singing the national anthems, beginning with India. Let's see. Let's see what we have here. Brian. Okay, thanks. Have you given a detailed account of the reading material behind you? I recall White Line Wireless promoting their books and reading material. Those books are actually reading material, but they are for my other podcast that I'm doing, a German language podcast looking at, you could call it nerd media through a queer lens. And these are Judge Dredd comics. And Judge Dredd movies. Yes, the good one and the shit one. And Judge Dredd board games. But I'm working on that one in parallel, and because I also need desk space for some of the board games, and I don't want to put everything away every time I'm doing something else. They're still behind me. All right. Looks like the national anthems are almost done. And yes, if you want to interact with the broadcast, you can do it on the YouTube chat. You can do it on Twitter. Twitter handle is on the screen. If you have any questions, suggestions, stuff like that, just want to tell the people something, please go ahead. I mean, most of my listeners here will know how this works on Gorilla Cricket, and it's basically the same on here. As we see someone in the crowd with a placard saying "Best person in the world is the cameraman filming me," which is quite amusing. Well, we have the South African players in a huddle as we are waiting for the Indian openers to come out to the middle. There they come. And it should be Shubman Gill and Yashasvi Jaiswal. Yes, there's the number 77, Shubman Gill. And I'm pretty certain the other one is, yes, it's Jaiswal. Both of them had a very bad game in the last one. Both of them gone for ducks. This is probably the biggest concern for India right now. Their batting lineup seems very, very brittle. I'm a bit surprised that Ravi Bishnoi is still not playing. He is currently the number one T20 international bowler in the world, according to the ICC rankings. Well, anyway, we should be going very, very shortly. And let us see who opens the bowling for South Africa. Last time they opened with Jansen, who is rested for this match to prepare for the test series. And yes, we have Jaiswal facing the opening delivery, the opening bowler, the first delivery of the match. Let's see who will deliver it. Looks like it will be... Yes, it will be the debutant for South Africa, Burger. Nandri Burger, a left arm medium fast bowler. He will open the bowling to Yashasvi Jaiswal. Who is taking his time taking guard. And here is Burger, left arm over the wicket, and he beats Jaiswal first up. Klaasen, the keeper, takes it cleanly, and there is no run. Yes, that ball was bowled on a fifth stump line outside off, and it swung quite away after pitching. Jaiswal didn't expect it to move away that much. Played inside the line, missed it. Second delivery, he plays to deep backward point, and India are off the mark, taking a single of the second delivery. Jaiswal makes the first run for India off the bat. India one for none after 0.2 overs, bringing Shubman Gill onto strike. He, as well as Jaiswal, with a duck in the last match. Let's see. Bulgar comes back over the wicket to the right-hander. And Gill plays that out, but it's fielded at cover. There is no run inside the ring. India remain on 1 for none. Let's see. Fourth delivery is played through the covers by Shubman Gill, and that is the first boundary of the innings for India. A 4 of the debutant by Shubman Gill. India of 5 for none after 0.4 overs. Yeah, Brian. Interesting mix. Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm really doing a deep dive into all of Judge Dredd basically, and the influence that people like J.G. Ballard have had on the world building, on the concepts used in the strip and stuff like that. And of course, there's always the protagonist versus hero dichotomy with someone like Judge Dredd, and I'm going into all of that because Judge Dredd in Germany is not that well known. Let's see what has happened here. After that boundary, Bulgar continued with a wide, which had to be rebowled, and that one was played by Gill as a very, very straight on drive, just evading Bulgar's hands there. Another 4 for Shubman Gill. And the final delivery of the over is given as leg by, it hits Gill on the pad, or on the upper thigh. There is a bit of a deviation, and Klaasen can't get hand to that, and it rolls to the boundary behind the keeper for 4 leg bys. So India take 14 runs of the first over for no loss. And interestingly enough, the South African captain brings himself on. And he is swept by Jaiswal for 4 runs, first ball. Yes, Markram comes around the wicket to the left-hander Jaiswal, and he is swept to backward square leg. And India are 18 for none. Next delivery is a bit better, can only be played out into the offside by Jaiswal. There is no run as it is fielded inside the ring. The third ball of the over brings an appeal for LBW, but the umpire is not interested, and judging by the fact that the South Africans decide not to review that and Markram starting his run-up before the DRS timer even ticks down, it was probably more hopeful than anything. Next one is driven to cover. There is no run again. Markram follows that up with a wide that Jaiswal actually tries to sweep, but misses. Fifth delivery is cut by Jaiswal, and there is no chance for the South African field to stop that one as it runs away to the boundary. 4 runs for Jaiswal here. And final ball of the over brings the first 6 of the innings for India, as Jaiswal clubs that over long off. And India, after 2 overs, are 29 for no loss, 15 from this second over. Jaiswal on 15, Gill on 12. The South African bowlers are Aiden Markram with figures of none for 15 and Nandre Boga with none for 14. We've had 4 4s and 1 6 in the first 2 overs. The run rate is 14.5. Markram decides to stay with spin, bringing Keshav Maharaj, the second spinner within the first 3 overs. The first one hits Gill on the foot as Maharaj comes around the wicket to the right-hander, but there is not even an appeal for LBW. Second one hits him again. There's another appeal. It is given on the field as Gill tries a sweep shot, misses it. The DRS timer is ticking down, and Shubman Gill is walking off. And India lose their first wicket. Yes, there is a bit of turn for Maharaj in this surface. Gill going down on one knee, trying to sweep Maharaj away. The ball spins back into him and hits him in front. Yes, that is really, really plumb. India are 29 for 1 after 2.2 overs. And that brings Tilak Varma at number 3 to the crease for India. He was one of the better Indian batsmen in the last match, making something around 29 if I remember correctly. He's facing up to Maharaj. Maharaj over the wicket to the left-handed Tilak Varma, and he tries a lofted drive, and that is caught at mid-on by Markram. I think it is Markram. Tilak Varma caught Markram, bowled Maharaj 0. And that brings the captain of India out into the middle to face a Keshav Maharaj hat-trick ball. Golden duck for Tilak Varma, and oh dear, India are feeling the pain right now. As we are waiting, Maharaj is pretty fast, and Yadav survives the hat-trick delivery, playing it out to mid-off, but there is no run. As we are seeing a replay of the first wicket here, Shubman Gill, he should have really reviewed it, because it was missing the wicket. Interesting. Well, anyway, Surya Kumar Yadav is off the mark of his third ball, playing it out too long off. India 30 for 2 after 3 overs. And let's see. Brian, the interesting question here is spin already. How is the pitch this early? I'm relatively surprised. The pitch was expected to be relatively flat. Not much in it for either the seamers or the pacers, or the spinners. That was the expectation before the match. And anyway, Markram is going back to a pace because Lizard Williams gets an over. Williams, right arm, medium fast, going over the wicket to the right-handed Surya Kumar Yadav. And he whips it to deep square leg for a single. Jaiswal back on strike for India. Williams stays over the wicket to the left-handed Jaiswal, who plays that out to point, where it is fielded inside the ring. There is no run. Oh no, it's more. Oh no, that's a replay of the Markram catch. Okay. Third delivery of the fourth over. And this one is too short, and it is pulled by Jaiswal, and it flies into the stands behind square on the leg side. That is 6 runs, second 6 for India in the innings. 37 for 2 now, India. Yes, that was too short. It was pitched on middle, and Jaiswal pulls it from around off stump and into the leg side. And oh dear, there is also a no ball signaled, a no ball 6 and a free hit for Jaiswal. I guess Williams has overstepped that one. Free hit coming up now. And this time Williams goes around the wicket to the left-hander. Better delivery. Jaiswal has to reach for it, misses it, goes through to Heinrich Klaassen, the keeper, and there is no more damage done on the free hit. Next delivery is played to backward point by Jaiswal. And they can take a single, bringing Surya Kumar Yadav back onto strike. India 39 for 2, Jaiswal on 22 of 12, and Surya Kumar Yadav on 2 of 4. 2 deliveries still to come in this fourth over, because we had 1 no ball. India probably need another innings like the other day from Surya Kumar Yadav, where he was the top scorer for his team, a captain's knock among a sea of mediocrity. Fifth ball of the over is a dot though. Final delivery of this first Lizard Williams over coming in over the wicket, and this one is in the slot and it's flicked over mid-wicket for 6 runs by Surya Kumar Yadav, and India are 45 for 2 after 4 overs. And yeah, what I mean, Brian was asking why bring on spin this early, and looking at it now, one has to ask why bring back pace, because the spin was working pretty well, I think. Both wickets to fall fell to Keshav Maharaj. Why change it? And apparently Markram agrees with that assessment, as he's bringing Maharaj back. First ball is on a length, driven to long on for 1 by Jaiswal. And second delivery by Maharaj is delivered around the wicket. Uppercut by Yadav, and it runs away to the boundary behind point for 4 runs. It looks like he was trying to cut that and got a bit of a top edge. It flies over the infield. There is a fielder at point, but he can't get to it. Third delivery is clipped off his pads by Surya Kumar Yadav into the leg side, but fielded, and there is a no run. Dot ball. Fourth delivery by Maharaj round the wicket, and there is a helicopter-like shot by Surya Kumar Yadav as Maharaj puts that one on a Yorker length. Yes, and that clears the boundary. There is another 6 for Suryakumar Yadav. And after 4.4 overs, India are 56 for 2. Two deliveries to go in the 5th over. Around the wicket, bowled outside the off stump by Maharaj, and there is no run. Next one as well, bowled very quickly and pushed out to cover. Another dot ball. India end the 5th over on 56 for 2. And let's see if we do have any interactions. Ryan in Brisbane, 2. I step away for 5 minutes and 2 wickets gone. Yes, apparently, yes. Keshav Maharaj was on a hat-trick, Brian. Luckily for him, because the first one was Shubman. The first wicket to fall was Shubman Gill. He was out LBW. He opted not to review this. And in the replays, it was relatively clear that he should have reviewed it, as it was missing the wickets by not that much, but it was missing the wickets. So even if he wasn't that sure, he should have reviewed it and kept the review if it had been umpire's call, I would say. And after that, Tilak Varma was out for a golden duck, caught first ball by Markram, bowled by Maharaj. Since then, Jaiswal and Suryakumar have accelerated again. Both are looking good. Seem to have gotten their eyes in. As right now, India are 60 for 2 after 5.3 overs. Jaiswal is on 27 of 16 and Suryakumar Yadav is on 18 of 11. Their partnership is now 31 of 19 deliveries. India's current run rate is 10.91, which is respectable, I would say. In the first 4 deliveries of his second over, the South African debutant Nandre Burger has produced 3 dot balls and a 4. His figures now are none for 14. And Jaiswal to face the 5th delivery of the left armer's second over. And this one is cut out to deep backward point where it is fielded, and India take a single, bringing them on to 61 for 2. 1 delivery to go in the 6th over. As we are seeing the South African fans on the banking at the Wanderers, waving into the camera. Final delivery of the over. Burger over the wicket, this time to Suryakumar Yadav, the right-hander, who plays an on-drive, which is fielded at mid-on and they take another single after 6 overs. India are 62 for 2. 6 runs off the second over by Burger. Here's figures of none for 20. The batsmen are Surya Kumar Yadav on 19 and Yashasvi Jaiswal on 28. Let's see if we do have any more social media interactions. We have no, Brian is there in the chat. If you want to get in touch, just use the YouTube chat, or you can tweet me. My Twitter handle should be on the screen right now. At LinuxLea, the L's are capitals. And we are back for the 7th over. And Aiden Markram has decided to give this one to Andile Peklequayo in his 41st T20 international match. And he comes over the wicket to the right-handed Surya Kumar Yadav, who plays an on-drive, basic, or a flick, plays a flick into the leg side. It's fielded by mid-on, and there is no run. Next one is a bit shorter. He pulls it, finds a fielder again. There is no run. And Peklequayo is coming in for the third delivery. It's outside of relatively wide. Surya Kumar decides to go fishing for it, stretches out his arms, can't make contact with the ball, and it goes through to Klaasen, the keeper, and again there is no run. Fourth delivery over the wicket, and that one is cut by Surya Kumar Yadav, but it is fielded in the deep by a fielder coming around from deep cover. India still take a single. India 63 for 2 after 6.4 overs. Jaiswal on strike on 28, Surya Kumar Yadav on 20, and Andile Peklequayo has figures of none for 1 after 0.4 overs. Penultimate delivery of the over to Jaiswal, and he tries a lofted on drive, is lucky that it falls short of the fielder. Still, there is a single in it for India. Final delivery, this time to Surya Kumar Yadav, and that is a wild, wild swing and a miss. A dot ball to end the over. India 64 for 2 after 7 overs. Surya Kumar Yadav 20 and Yashasvi Jaiswal 29. Peklequayo, the most economical bowler for South Africa in this match thus far. Here's figures of none for 2 of 1 over though. The current run rate is 9.14 for India. And we have another change in the attack. This time it's Tabré Shamsi in his 66th match. He has 77 wickets, an average of just a tad under 22. And he will bowl to Jaiswal first up. And he comes left arm over the wicket to Jaiswal, who cuts this behind point, and it runs away into the boundary for the first 4 of the over. Yes, this is a very late cut. Shamsi actually has a second slip, I would say, in place. It evades him just. He's stretching to his left, can't get it. The next one is swept by Jaiswal into the leg side, where it is fielded at deep square leg. And they take a single. The partnership is now 40 of 30 balls between these two. India are 69 for 2 after 7.2 overs. Shamsi stays over the wicket to the right-handed Surya Kumar. There is a bit of an appeal for an LBW as Surya Kumar goes down on one knee, tries a sweep, misses it, and I think they have reviewed it. There was a bit of a disagreement. Yes, they have reviewed it. Klaasen didn't seem confident. Probably advised Shamsi not to review that one. He was shaking his head. Markram seems to be of a different opinion. And we have the replay. This one pitches on middle and leg, hits him probably on middle and leg. Very low on the front pad as he goes down to sweep. Let's see. Doesn't look like there is any edge involved in that one. Seems to be a wrong one from Shamsi, as I now see ultra edge. No, there is no bet involved, I don't think. It thunders into the pad well below the knee roll, and it's pitching outside leg. It's pitching outside leg, and South Africa lose their first review. Markram should have probably listened to Klaasen, who, despite joining in the appeal right after the bowler was very animated, then shook his head, probably not sure about the ball pitching outside. Next one is pushed into the leg side for a single, bringing Jaiswal on strike. Now a left armer to a left-hander combination. Shamsi doesn't really seem to care. He's staying over the wicket the whole time. And this one is driven to the boundary by Jaiswal for 4 runs. And India are 74 for 2 now. Final delivery of the over. This one is driven to long off, and there is another single. India 75 for 2. Jaiswal 39, Surya Kumar 21. Shamsi now figures of none for 11. India's current run rate staying above 9. It's now 9.37. Let's see if we have any social media. Nothing in the chat. Yes, always remember, if you like this coverage, please leave a like below the stream. It always helps small channels like mine. If you like the videos, like the live streams. And we are continuing with Andile Pacloquayo, who is put away behind point for 4 runs, first ball of his second over by Jaiswal. Yes, this is a textbook cut shot by Jaiswal. No chance for the fielder. Second delivery is played out to long off, where it is fielded by, I think that's the captain, Aiden Markram, and India take another single, bringing up their 80. India 80 for 2 after 8.2 overs. Jaiswal on 44, Surya Kumar Yadav on 21. The predicted score for India at this point is 192, and the partnership between these two is now 51 runs of 36 balls. Next one is stopped inside the ring on an attempted drive by Surya Kumar Yadav. There is no run. India 80 for 2. Third delivery of the over is cut away by Surya Kumar Yadav, but there is a great effort out at deep backward point. That is, couldn't see that. There's a dive in the outfield, and it is stopped about half a meter inside the boundary, or a meter inside the boundary by, that is, can't see that. There was a wide shot, but it's a mere single. Next one is cut away again, but I think, yes, another single. Final delivery of the over to come. India 83 for 2 after 8.5. Jaiswal to face. And he plays that to cover. There is no run after 9 overs. India 83 for 2. And that is drinks. And I will also get another drink. And I will be with you in just a few moments. All right, and we are back with the 10th over, which is bowled by Tabrez Shamsi. The first delivery goes for a single, second one is a dot, and here's the third one over the wicket to the left-handed Jaiswal, who smashes that to mid-on, and they take another single. India 85 for 2. Let's see what the score predictor says now. There is a 188 predicted as the final score for India, as they take another single, 86 for 2 after 9.4 overs. Surya Kumar Yadav currently ranked first in ICC T20 batting in the batting rankings. This one is guided down to third man, where it is fielded by Jaiswal, and there is no run. Final delivery of the over. Shamsi over the wicket to Jaiswal, who drives this to long off or mid off. They take a single, and India, halfway through their innings, are 87 for 2. Let's see if we have any social media interactions. No, looks like I'm up to date on the YouTube chat. And there is also nothing on Twitter. Okay. And we have Keshav Maharaj back into the attack. His first delivery is played out into the offside by Jaiswal, and they take a single. India 88 for 2. Surya Kumar Yadav back on strike now to Keshav Maharaj. Maharaj round the wicket to the right-handed Surya Kumar, who goes down on one knee, sweeps it away, but it's fielded in the deep, and there is another single taken. Third delivery of the over is played to mid-wicket by Jaiswal. Another single for India. That brings up a 90 for India. Surya Kumar Yadav back on strike. And they are showing us that Rinku Singh is coming in at 5 and Jitesh Sharma at 6. And this one is in the slot. Maharaj round the wicket, bowls this one outside off in the slot to Surya Kumar Yadav, who lofts a drive over the boundary rope, and there is another 6 runs for India. India 96 for 2 after 10.4 overs. Jaiswal 2 away from a 50. Yadav on 33. Next one is another single to Surya Kumar, and there's a chance for Jaiswal to bring up his 50 in the 11th over. Maharaj comes over the wicket now, and this is flicked into the leg side. There is only a single that looked like almost like overthrows, but there is a fielder backing up in the deep. Another single for India, and India are now 2 away from their 100. They are 98 for 2. Jaiswal on 49 retains the strike. Surya Kumar Yadav on 34. The predicted score is now 178. Maharaj with figures of 2 for 23 from 3 overs at an economy of 7.66. Let's see what Markram decides to do now. He brings back Lizard Williams, and that one is tucked away off the hip by Jaiswal, and it brings up his 50 of 34 balls. India 99 for 2. Very well played 50 by Jaiswal. Hit 6 fours and 2 sixes. The strike rate is 147 roughly. A very, very good T20 innings, I think. The partnership has grown to 70 runs now. Yes. Next delivery is a lofted drive by Surya Kumar, relatively straight down the ground, but it is fielded and there is only a single in it for Surya Kumar, who goes on to 35, bringing up India's 100 in the process. India 100 for 2 in 11.2 overs. Williams coming in over the wicket, and Jaiswal tries to play a premeditated ramp shot. Misses it. It bounces well before keeper Klaasen, who takes a diving stop, and there is no run for India. Williams in for the 4th delivery over the wicket. Very, very wide and short, and it is given as a wide as Jaiswal tries to play a late cut to that one. It goes about 5 or 10 centimeters. It misses the toe of his bat by about 5 or 10 centimeters. That's how wide it was. Good decision by the umpire there. Williams' right arm over the wicket to Jaiswal, and this one is again relatively short outside the off stump, and that one is pulled away, and it is pulled away by Jaiswal for a 6, and India are 107 for 2 inside of 12 overs. Final delivery of the over, Yorker, and that is dug out towards third man. Gets the bat on it, keeps it away from his stumps. There is a single. Attempted lofted drive by Yadav. He misses it. And Klaassen takes that one cleanly. There is no run of the final delivery of Lizard Williams' second over. Yadav 35, Jaiswal 57, India 108 for 2. Williams now with figures of none for 25 from 2 overs. And a much better batting display from India than in the second match of the series. And Andile Pachluquayo returns to Jaiswal, and he bowls this on a middle and leg line, short of a length, and Jaiswal steps back, makes room, and cuts that away into the offside. But he can't avoid the fielder, so there is merely a single in that one. India 109 for 2. Next one to Surya Kumar Yadav, and he hoiks a delivery wide outside off in the slot over cow corner for 6 runs. India 115 for 2. It was a slower ball, but Yadav seems to pick him early. Dispatches that over cow corner. Next one is again wide, and this one is an attempted cut shot that kind of catches the shoulder of the bat. And it goes down to third man. There is a fielder positioned at backward point, but he kind of misses, or at gully. A backward gully, maybe, or a fourth slip, somewhere around there. The fielder tries to get to it, can't, and it runs away to the boundary for another 4 runs. India 119 for 2 after 12 and a half overs. Next one to Surya Kumar is in the slot, and this is a glorious lofted on drive by Surya Kumar Yadav for another 6, and he brings up his 50 in style. 51 of 32. India 125 for 2. The score predictor is creeping back towards 200 now. Both of these Indian batsmen now have their 50s here. Still 2 deliveries to go in this over, and we already have 10, 16, 17 runs from it. of the first 4 deliveries. Of Pachloquaio's third over. And there is another hoik from Suryakumar Yadav, and it goes away. It's a flamingo shot almost. And it goes away for another 6. India 131 for 2. Still another delivery to come. Yeah, he plays through the line there. Immaculate timing, and it flies away into the stands behind cow corner. Final delivery of the over to come, and the partnership has reached 102 runs between these two. Final delivery of the third over from Andile Pechloquaio. And this is on a length outside of. Suryakumar is fishing for it with an angled bat, can't get anything on it, and there is no run, but Pechloquaio gave up 3 sixes and 1 4 in this over for a total of 23 runs, and India and the 13th on 131 for 2. Well, if you have anything to say, want to get in touch with the stream, always feel free to use the YouTube chat, or you can tweet me. My Twitter handle is on the screen. No, just a second. This way. Over there. What's going on here? Markram has brought back spin. We have Tabré Shamsi back into the attack for his third over. And the first 2 deliveries of his third over go for a single each. India now 133 for 2. Shamsi over the wicket to the left-handed Jaiswal, who plays this out to long on. And there is another single. Fourth delivery to Yadav, and that is another 6. That is too short. It's not really a short ball. It's a bit short of a length, and Yadav gets under it, dances down the track, and disposes that one over the covers for another 6 runs. India 140 for 2. Next one is a single, bringing Jaiswal back onto strike. No, it's now 141 for 2. Jaiswal is on 60, Surya Kumar Yadav on 65, and Shamsi comes in, and Jaiswal spoons this one up into the air, and it is caught at long on by Risa Hendricks. Jajasvi Jaiswal has to go. Caught Hendricks bowled Shamsi for 60 of 41 balls at a strike rate of 146.34. Yes, he was deceived there by Shamsi. India 141 for 3. But a 60 by the opener at a strike rate of over 140 is definitely a very, very useful T20 innings. Not too bad from Jaiswal here. And that brings in India's number 5, Rinku Singh. Who made a very, very, very handy, if ultimately futile, 68 not out in the last match. Rinku Singh in his 9th match today. He has an average of 82.66 in T20 internationals and a career strike rate of 183.7. First one is hacked out into the leg side by Surya Kumar Yadav of Keshav Maharaj, and they take a single. As we are seeing replays of Tabraiz Shamsi thumping his chest upon that last dismissal. Rinku Singh now facing Maharaj, and he tries to cut that away. There is a fielder there though, and there is no run. India remain on 142 for 3. Third delivery of the over is clipped off his pads into the leg side. It is fielded near the 30-yard circle. India take a single. Rinku off the mark. Surya Kumar Yadav on strike. India 143 for 3. Next one is an attempt at a slog sweep by Surya Kumar Yadav. Misses it completely. Klaasen takes off the bails, but no one is interested in appealing for a stumping. More of a reflex by Klaasen, who raises his hand apologetically and says no. And no one is even checking. Final delivery, next delivery of your 5th one, played back to the bowler, and there is no run. Final delivery of the over, Maharaj round the wicket to Surya Kumar Yadav, who plays an on drive. It is fielded at long on, and there is a single. India 144 for 3 after 15 overs, 3 runs of this Maharaj over. Surya Kumar Yadav, the set batsman, with 67 and Rinku Singh with 1. Maharaj has now bowled his 4 overs. And Markram is going back to his debutant, Nandre Borga, the left medium bowler. He has bowled 2 overs so far. This one is his 3rd. Let's see what he can do. Figures of none for 16 so far of 2 overs. And he is bowling to Surya Kumar Yadav. And he bowls over the wicket. And there is a cut by Surya Kumar Yadav. A misfield by South Africa, which allows the ball to run to the boundary for another 4 run. India 148 for 3. The next one by Borga is bowled on a length onto his legs, and Surya Kumar Yadav is ready for that place across the line. Hoiks it into the leg side for 6 runs. And the Indian fans in the crowd are celebrating as India bring up their 150. They are now 154 for 3 after 15.2 overs. Next one is too short and pulled by Surya Kumar Yadav for 4 runs. India 158 for 3, and they are underway here. Much better performance by the Indian batsman than in the last match. But they will need to make a very good total here. I think 210 is the minimum India will aim for here, given that the pitch seems to be a very good batting track. And they will need 200 to 210 at a minimum to give their bowlers something to bowl at on this flat track here. Not much help for any bowler, I would say. Next one is a Yorker from Borga, and Yadav tries a helicopter shot. Manages only to play it into the ground. They still take a single as the nearest fielder is Klaasen, the keeper, who is way back from the stumps. A risk-free single for India on offer there. India 159 for 3 after 15.4 overs. 2 to come in the over. Rinku Singh, the man on strike. He is one of 2. And he is facing the debutant Borga. And this one is driven to mid-on. And India take another single. Surya Kumar Yadav has hit 8 sixes and 4 fours in this innings. He has a strike rate of around 180. Next one is played inside out to cover by Surya Kumar Yadav. There is a single, India 161 for 3, and there is a strategic timeout. And I will be back with you after that one. Well, and welcome back after this strategic timeout, as we are seeing highlights from Surya Kumar Yadav's 50. A reminder that you can get in touch with me on the YouTube chat. You can also message me on Twitter. There is my Twitter handle if you have anything to say. And please leave a like under this stream if you like it. That's really important for a small channel like me. Really helps me out with the stupid YouTube algorithm. And we continue with Lizard Williams to Surya Kumar Yadav, who begins the over by cutting him away for another 4. India 165 for 3. Surya Kumar Yadav now on 83 runs. He's probably already thinking about, or he's probably looking for his century here, given that he's gone along at a strike rate of around 180 thus far. Next ball is swing and a miss by Surya Kumar Yadav, who tried to slap that one over point. Misses it. It's gathered cleanly by Klaasen, and India remain on 165 for 3 with 2 deliveries in the 17th over bowled. The score predictor has crept up above 200 again. they are going along at around 10 and over, and if they want to get to 210, they need to accelerate to around 12 and over here. Next one is a filthy full toss outside the off stump by Williams, and Suryakumar makes no mistake here. He doesn't get full hold of it. There is a bounce, and it is only a 4. Excuse me. It's only a 4. Williams getting away with one there. You could almost say that could have been a 6 any day of the week. The next one is a very late cut. An attempted drive by Suryakumar. The bat rotates in his hand and it flies away to third man, where it is fielded at the boundary by the sweeper. There is only a single here. India now 170 for 3. Rinku Singh on strike. He is on 2 of 3. While Suryakumar is now in the nervous 90s. Is in the nervous 90s on 92. Williams over the wicket to the left-hander, who tries an on drive. It's fielded near the boundary. That was a full toss. He hoiks a full toss towards long on, and India take 2. Now 172 for 3. Rinku Singh 4 of 4. Final delivery of this third Lizard Williams over to come now. This one is better, a Yorker, and they play it out into no man's land, which in this case is around 5 meters from the wicket. He tries a helicopter shot, doesn't get a hold of it, but they come through for a single. After 17 overs, India 173 for 3. Suryakumar on 92 and Rinku Singh on 5. Lizard Williams with figures of none for 37 after his third over. India going along at a run rate of 10.17. Markram is going with Tabraiz Shamsi for the 18th over. Shamsi left arm around the wicket, and that one is played out to deep cover for a single. Suryakumar now on strike to Tabraiz Shamsi. India 174 for 3. Suryakumar on 92 of 50. There is a kind of a backward gully, fourth slip kind of position in place for him. Long on, long off. He's joking around with Heinrich Klaassen, who has come up to the stumps for Tabraiz Shamsi. I don't know why there's a lull in play. We are seeing drone shots of the Wanderers in Joburg. Shamsi left arm over the wicket, and that one is cut away by Suryakumar Yadav for another 4. And that brings him to 96 of 51 deliveries. He is India are 178 for 3. Next delivery is a dot as Suryakumar nails a sweep but can only find short leg. Next one is a wrong on by Shamsi, and Suryakumar Yadav punches it to sweeper cover. They take another single. Rinku Singh on strike on 6. 2 deliveries in this Shamsi over to come. Shamsi left arm over the wicket and bowls it on a length and on middle, and Singh gets down on his knee, sweeps it away for 6 runs. India 185 for 3. Rinku Singh now on 12 of 7. Final delivery over the wicket, and he tries to pull that from outside the off stump, can only find long on, and there is a single. India and the 18th on 186 for 3. Current run rate is 10.33, and Tabraiz Shamsi is bowled out as well. He ends the day with figures of 1 for 38. The partnership between Suryakumar Yadav and Rinku Singh is now 45 of 24. Let's see who Aiden Markram pulls out of his sleeve for the 19th over. Arguably one of the more important ones in a T20. And it's the debutant, Nandre Boga. And he begins his over to Rinku Singh, who plays it for 1 to deep cover. Suryakumar Yadav on strike on 97 for 1. India 187 for 3. There is some adjustment to the field, and looks like Boga is coming around the wicket to the right-handed Yadav. Yes, he does. And this one is slapped to backward point. They take a single. Yadav is looking for a second, but is sent back by his partner Rinku Singh. There is only a single, Surya Kumar now on 98, India on 188 for 3. 10 deliveries yet in this innings. Back to over the wicket to Rinku Singh, and it's short, and Rinku Singh tries to pull it very, very fine, but it is taken at fine leg by Tristan Stubbs, who is subbing in for I don't know who. Anyone, Rinku Singh is out, caught Stubbs, bowled Burger 14, strike rate of 140. Well, not as heroic as the other night, but he won't mind that too much, as India are in a much better position here than they were in the last match when he went off the field. He was not out, but he went off the field, and India were in a worse position then. No doubt about it. That brings in the keeper, Jitesh Sharma, at number 6 in his 6th match. No, his 7th match. Didn't do too well in the last match. His high score is 35. He has made 70 runs in 7 matches at an average of 17.5. First delivery that Sharma faces results in a dot ball. And the next one is a very, very awkward looking kind of drive that evades the field and brings Jitesh Sharma a 4. India 192 for 4. Final delivery of the over that Sharma tries to drive, gets an outside edge, and it flies away towards backward point where it is fielded. India take no run here. End of the 19th over, India 192 for 4. 6 runs, 1 wicket of this 19th over. Boga ends the day with figures of 1 for 43. India's current run rate is 10.1. Surya Kumar Yadav on 98 of 54 balls. Jitesh Sharma on 4 of 3. Final over of the Indian innings. And the captain, Surya Kumar Yadav, is facing up to Lizard Williams. Can he bring up his century here? Williams over the wicket, full onto the pads, and it's played out to mid-wicket. And there are his 2 runs. There is his century. Surya Kumar Yadav making a century, a T20 international century as captain of India. Take a bow, Suryakumar Yadav. Let's see. Next delivery is a leg side full toss that Yadav spoons directly down the throat of deep backward square leg. He is out. Caught Bradesky Bolt Williams for exactly 100 runs off 56 balls with a strike rate of 178.57. Not too bad. A T20 innings. Not too bad indeed. I was looking up. Yes, 100 runs. There were 7 fours and 8 sixes in that innings by Suryakumar Yadav. 100 at a strike rate of nearly 180 is excellent. Excellent T20 batting. And that brings out Ravindra Jadeja to potentially face the last 4 deliveries of the India innings, preferably for boundaries from India's perspective. And Williams comes around the wicket to the left-handed Jadeja, but he bowls outside the tram lines. It is given as a wide, and he will have to do that one again. As we see replays of Suryakumar Yadav celebrating, and Williams bowls another filthy full toss that Yadav slaps into the offside for 4 runs. Let's see if we do have any social media interactions. You can get in touch with me, of course, on YouTube in the chat, or you can tweet me. There is the Twitter handle, if you are so inclined. And what is that? The next delivery by Williams is a Yorker. Jadeja seems to miss it. They decide to take a run anyway. And Klaasen throws the ball over the heads of the batsmen to Williams at the non-striker's end, where he then runs out Ravindra Jadeja for 4. India 199 for 6, 2 deliveries still to come in this over, and it's Arshdeep Singh in at number 8 for India. And next delivery, Jitesh punishes Williams straight down the ground. Unfortunately, he steps into his wickets in the process. Jitesh Sharma is out, hit wicket for 4, bowled Williams. And in a parallel to the last match, Mohammad Siraj is out in the middle to face a hat-trick ball in the 19th over. You can't make that up, people. You can't make stuff like that up. It is the final delivery of the innings, though, and not the 4th of the 20th, as it was in the last match. But 2 matches in a row, Mohammad Siraj is out in the middle to face a hat-trick ball in this T20 series. And here is Williams. And this one is way down leg side, but Siraj steps back and they take a single. Then there's a bit of confusion in the field from South Africa. There are overthrows and they take another run. And they make it safely home. And that means India end their innings on 201 for 7. Mohammad Siraj is not out on 2 and Arshdeep Singh not out on 0. Let's just check the scorecard very quickly. South Africa won the toss and chose to field. We have Jajaswi Jaiswal 60, Cord Hendricks bowled Shamsi, Shubman Gill, LBW bowled Maharaj 8, Tilak Varma, Cord Markram bowled Maharaj none, Surya Kumar Yadav, Cord Britsky bowled Williams 100, Rinku Singh, Cord Sub bowled Berger 14, Jitesh Sharma hit wicket bowled Williams 4, Ravindra Jadeja run out Klaasen Williams 4, Arshdeep Singh not out, Mohammad Siraj not out. There were 9 extras, 4 of which were leg byes. 1 was a no ball and 4 other were wides. Makes 201 for 7 after 20 overs at a run rate of 10.05. The bowling card. Debutant Nandri Burger, 4 overs, no maidens, 39 runs, 1 wicket. Aiden Markram 1 over, no maidens, 15 runs, no wickets. Keshav Maharaj, 4 overs, no maidens, 26 runs, 2 wickets. Lizard Williams, 4 overs, no maidens, 46 runs, 2 wickets. Andile Pechlokwayo, 3 overs, no maidens, 33 runs, no wickets. And Tabrei Shamsi, 4 overs, no maidens, 38 runs and 1 wicket. That means when we will be back from the innings break, South Africa will have a target of 202 in 20 overs. Let's see what they can do. I will take a short break and I see you all on the other side. And we are back for the chase in the third T20 international between South Africa and India, live from the Wanderers in Johannesburg. India in their first innings set South Africa a target of 202 to win this match and wrap up the series 2-0. India slowed down a bit during the final stages of their innings there, I would say. Just 40 runs from the last 4 overs, which I think is subpar. I said earlier that I think that India need at least 210 to give their bowlers something to bowl at. Let's see what their bowling attack can do here against South Africa. They were brilliant at times during the last match, but there were also some very loose overs from the Indian bowling attack during the last match. Yeah, let us see what's going on. What are your predictions? You can always use the YouTube chat to give your predictions. You can also tweet me. Over there is my Twitter handle. I will monitor both social media. Feeds, you could say. Yes, well, India are currently in their huddle. The chase is not far away now. Should be 2-3 minutes at best. Well, I think there was a bit of a slowdown in the Indian innings. Jaiswal, even though he had a decent strike rate of around 145, I think. Let me just check that. Yeah, he had an overall strike rate of 146 for his 60 that he made, but there was a bit of a slowdown in the latter part of his innings. So that was maybe a missed chance to be a bit more, to play a bit more aggressive, a bit more proactive. Anyway, here are the South African openers. We have Matthew Breetzke and Reza Hendricks out in the middle. And Mohammad Siraj looks like he is opening the bowling for India. Yes, looks that way. He dries his hand on the dirt at the non-striker's end, close to his run-up, and it's Hendricks to face the first delivery of the chase. Reminder, 202 the target for South Africa to win this match and seal the series 2-0 before we go into the one-day internationals starting on Sunday at 10 a.m. local time, I think it is. Yes. First delivery of the chase, Siraj bowls. Good length outside of stump. Hendricks tries to defend with a straight bat, misses it. It beats the outside edge and there is no run. Second delivery from Mohammad Siraj. This one's a bit shorter and Hendricks tries to cut, plays above it, gets nothing on it, and it is taken cleanly by Jitesh Sharma behind the stumps. And there is another dot ball for the Indian bowling attack. Third delivery to come now. Siraj over the wicket and beats him again. 3 dot balls to begin the chase for South Africa. And now with the lights on, it looks like Siraj gets a bit of swing. That one swung away from Reza Hendricks' bat, I would say. And he played inside the line of the ball, missing it. And the fourth delivery, and again, Siraj is a bit unlucky here, beating the bat for the fourth time in this over. And that one is really, really close. That one is really close. And he can't believe that he didn't get an edge there. And that thus far is a very, very, very good start from Mohammad Siraj, who had a bit of was a bit expensive in the last match. There are 2 slips in place for him now. And he beats the bat again. 5 dot balls so far in this over. And after the last match, where Siraj went for, I think, 13 or 14 runs in the first over, he's almost unplayable here. At least Hendricks can't play him here. Final delivery of the first over to come now from Mohammad Siraj to Reza Hendricks. There are 3 slips in place now for Reza Hendricks, and this in a T20. There's also a backward point. There's a cover. There's a mid-off. There's a mid-on. Siraj coming in. And he misses again. This time with a cross-batted shot. An attempt at a cross-batted shot. And there's not that much between the bails and the ball as it goes through to Jitesh Sharma, who takes it a bit awkwardly, falling down in the process. But that is a maiden to open the innings, a maiden by Mohamed Siraj. South Africa, naught for naught after one. Mohamed Siraj with figures of none for none after one over. And Surya Kumar Yadav is handing the ball to Mukesh Kumar. Who is now bowling to the number 2, Brezke. And he also beats the bat on the first delivery. Brezke hanging out his bat a bit with an angled bat, trying to manufacture something here. But he also can't get bat on ball. And there is the 7th dot ball in a row in this innings. Second delivery of Mukesh's first over. And this one is a glorious cut. He threads it through a packed offside field. It runs away to the boundary, and there are the first runs for South Africa. South Africa now 4 for no loss after 1.2 overs. The point fielder was diving to his left to stop that, couldn't get a hand on it, and it ran away for 4. Mukesh, right arm over the wicket, and Brezke plays on. Gets an under edge, plays on to his stumps. Matthew Brezke bowled Mukesh Kumar for 4 runs, and South Africa are 4 for 1. Mukesh Kumar strikes first for India here. Yes, angled bat shot, and he gets an under edge or an inside edge, and it bounces into his stumps. He has faced 3 deliveries. His strike rate 133.3, and that brings out the captain, Aiden Markram, into the middle. He now to face Mukesh Kumar. Let's see if we have any social media interactions. No, none that I see on YouTube. Let's see on Twitter here. No, just Ajit liking the tweet saying that we are back. And as we are seeing replays of the first wicket to fall here, the first delivery to Markram has been a dot ball, and now the 5th delivery of the first over, and that one is in the slot, and the lofted drive by Aiden Markram flies over the boundary rope, and that is a 6, the first of the innings. South Africa 10 for 1 after 1.5 overs. Yes, there's the confirmation from the on-field umpires. That is indeed a 6. And Markram opens his account with a 6. Next delivery is an attempt at the defense into the offside that takes an outside edge. It goes past the slip and runs down to the third man boundary, and that is 4 runs. He did not plan to play it that way. Pretty lucky there, actually, that it didn't just take an edge and result in a caught slip for Aidan Markram here. He won't be too disappointed. It's another 4, and South Africa, after 2 overs, are 14 for 1. The current run rate for South Africa is 7.0. The required run rate is 10.44. And we have Mohammad Siraj back into the attack for India, who begins to Hendricks with another dot ball. That is the 7th consecutive dot ball that Reza Hendricks has now faced from Mohammad Siraj. And the next delivery is the first time that Reza Hendricks can lay bat on ball in this innings. Too bad for him that it is only a dot to point. South Africa 14 for 1 still after 2.2 overs. Hendricks on 0, Markram on 10. Next ball from Siraj is a bit too full, and Hendricks decides to go over the top, but doesn't get a hold of it. It flies over mid-off. Who runs back? It's Surya Kumar Yadav. He fields it. South Africa take 2, and Yadav looks like he has hurt his ankle there. He fields the ball, and yes, he twists his ankle while trying to throw the ball into the square. He is outside of the boundary rope, looking very much in pain there. Physio is out there. Trainers are out there. Let's hope it's not something serious. He looks to be in pain. He's off the field. Now I can't tell you who is in as sub. Third ball of the over. Fourth ball should be the fourth ball of the over. And Hendricks can't lay bat on ball again. Penultimate delivery of the third over, and this one goes through the covers, and there are 4 runs for South Africa there. This is basically the first time that Hendricks has struck a ball cleanly this innings. Should be the final delivery. The on-screen graphics are a bit confusing right now. And this one goes over the top, but it is fielded in the deep by Ravindra Jadeja. A lofted drive, and I think they took 2 runs, which means South Africa should be on 22 for 1 right now. The scorers seem to be a bit confused. Let's see if I can see the score in another way. Yes, okay. Apparently, after 3 overs, South Africa are 22 for 1. 8 runs of the 8th. Of the 8 runs of the 3rd. Hendricks on 8, Markram on 10, and Arshdeep Singh to continue. There's a hack to deep point for 1 from Markram. Hendricks now back on strike. There was some notification for me. Let's have a look. Okay. Nothing too serious. Arshdeep now versus Hendricks. And he hacks that to mid-on. And they take off for a single, but there is a throw in, and a direct hit at the non-striker's end. The belts go flying, and that doesn't look too good for Reza Hendricks. He might be run out here by Mohammad Siraj, and the umpires have referred it to the 3rd umpire, and no, he is out. This is out. He's not out by that much, but he is out nonetheless. His bat is grounded but outside the crease after the bails light up. Very good and very accurate throw in from Mohammad Siraj here. And that is the 2nd South African wicket to fall. And it's Reza Hendricks run out Mohammad Siraj for 8 at a strike rate of 61.53. As we are seeing that Surya Kumar Yadav is helped off the field. His left shoe has come off. He's supported by 2 members of staff. And we have Heinrich Klaassen at 4 for South Africa, now out in the middle. And Arshdeep Singh continues. This one is short and pulled by Klaassen out to square leg, where he finds the boundary. And that is another 4 runs for South Africa, who are now 27 for 2. There was also a run out in the first match early in the South African. But it was the other opener. It wasn't Hendricks in the last match. It was Braidsky in the last match. Okay. That would have been quite funny, I think, if Hendricks had been run out in consecutive matches, as we see replays of Mohamed Siraj celebrating that run out. And indeed, it was a very good run out. Meanwhile, Markram is punishing Arshdeep. A second fall of Arshdeep Singh off the over from Aiden Markram, who is on 19 of 7, sorry. And a dot ball to end the over. South Africa 31 for 2 after 4 overs. 9 runs and 1 wicket coming off this over. The current run rate is 7.75. The required run rate is starting to climb. It's now 10.68. We have Aiden Markram on 19 of 8 and Heinrich Klaassen on 0 of 0. Arshdeep Singh has figures of none for 9. Mohamed Siraj has figures of 2 overs, 1 maiden, 8 runs and no wickets. The only bowler in this match to bowl a maiden. And Mukesh Kumar is continuing. He has figures of 1 for 14 of his over. And it looks like Ravi Bishnoi is the substitute fielder for Surya Kumar Yadav, as Klaassen begins Mukesh's second over with a single. The next one is played to mid-wicket, where it is fielded and there is no run. And at this stage in their innings, India were actually 50 for 2. And this is exactly the start that India needed. South Africa have lost the same number of wickets. There is an appeal for caught behind of the third ball from Mukesh Kumar and Jitesh Sharma, but it doesn't look like there is anything on that one. No, it was rather wide going down the leg side, and there was an attempted pull from, I think it's Markram. Yes, it's Markram, but he doesn't get anything on it. There is just another dot ball. South Africa remain on 32 for 2. Three dots now, 3 consecutive dots now in this over to Aiden Markram from Mukesh Kumar. The only Indian bowler in this chase to take a wicket so far. Hendricks was run out by Siraj in the field with a direct hit. And I think Markram played this one onto his own thigh. There is no run. No, but it hit. He didn't get bet on it. It hits him very high though. No one is bothering to appeal for leg before wicket for that one. Way too high the ball. The impact was above the bails, I would say. Final delivery of this over, and Markram picks this one up and plays it into the leg side for 6 runs, and South Africa move on to 38 for 2 of 5. Let's see if we have any more social media interactions. No, I think we are up to date on YouTube. If you want to get in touch with me, you can always use the YouTube chat, or you can tweet me over there. Should be my Twitter handle on the screen. At LinuxLea. Let me know what is your predictions for this match. Subscribe to this channel and enable notifications to be reminded when we are going live, because looking at it right now, we will also be doing the one-day international leg of this white ball series between South Africa and India, and we will also cover the second test of this tour, not the first one, because that starts on Boxing Day and I'm not home on a Boxing Day. I am away with family in Cologne, or in the vicinity of Cologne. Visiting family over the holidays. I think most people will understand that. But we will be covering the New Year's test, which starts on the 3rd of January. Arshdeep is back into the attack. He still has a slip in place to end the power play, and Klaasen takes him for 1/4 of the first 3 balls of the 6th over. He gets hit in the, or close to the family jewels on the 3rd ball. There is no chance of a leg before wicket though, as he took a step back towards leg, and the next ball he attempts to pull a delivery that is wide outside the off stump, gets a hold of it, but not enough, as it is caught close to the boundary by Rinku Singh. It's Rinku Singh out there in the leg side, who accounts for Klaasen, takes a very safe catch on the boundary, running around quite a bit, coming around on the boundary, taking the catch though. So Heinrich Klaasen has to go for 5, caught Rinku Singh, bowled Arshdeep Singh. His strike rate is 100, and that brings David Miller at 5 out into the middle for South Africa. And the South African batting lineup is wobbling quite a bit here. And the first delivery to Miller is on a length on middle and off, and it is defended by Miller, and there's no run. As we are seeing replays of that catch. Ooh, and the final delivery of the final delivery of the power play is a sharp bouncer from Arshdeep Singh. Miller has to bend his back not to get hit by that. Jitesh Sharma takes it behind the stumps. There are no byes, but that was a bit of aggression shown by Arshdeep Singh there. Anyway, South Africa end the power play on 42 for 3. David Miller is on 0 and Aiden Markram is on 25. Both Arshdeep Singh and Mukesh Kumar have 1 wicket. Singh for 13 and Kumar for 21 runs respectively. And even though I said that 200 is probably a bit below par, India making the best of the Indian bowling attack, doing their best. And we have spin for the first time in this South African chase. It's Ravindra Jadeja, who accounts for Aiden Markram as he spoons that one high into the air, and there are several fielders under it, and Markram is gone. That's a top edge from Aiden Markram that goes high into the air, and he is out. Caught Jaiswal, bowled Jadeja for 25. And South Africa are 43 for 4, and Donovan Ferreira is coming out at 6 for South Africa, facing Jadeja, and he bowls one too long on, and he is off the mark, bringing David Miller onto strike, who is on 0 of 2. That was a good catch by Jaiswal that we see here in replays again. So Jadeja is into the wickets as well for India. And the next delivery from Jadeja is defended back to him by Miller. There is no run. There is an interruption by the umpire who holds Jadeja back. I don't know exactly why. Jadeja bowls and Miller clips that one off his legs into the leg side. And there is a single for South Africa, who are now 44 for 4, which of course is a Schnapszahl, so everyone drink. I only have iced tea, but it will have to do. Okay. Next one is another single, this time from Ferreira. There's another interruption in play, and now there's a bit of joking going on between the umpire and Jadeja. Final delivery clipped off his legs, and it is fielded, but I think they're coming back for 2 at backward square leg. There is a fielder, and I think that they managed to get into there. Yes, indeed. They managed to get into there. South Africa end the 7th over on 47 for 4. David Miller is on 3. Donovan Ferreira is on 2. Ravi Jadeja has figures of 1 for 5 after 1 over. And South Africa are currently going along at 6.71, which is significantly below the required 11.92. Apparently, DRS is currently not available. Probably the reason for the umpire to delay Jadeja's bowling, but apparently didn't help that much. And we have Tilak Varma into the attack. Right arm finger spin from him. Beats the bat of Ferreira. Sharma takes it cleanly behind the stumps. Second delivery is punched out to cover. Fielded inside the ring. There is no run for Ferreira. And the third delivery results in another dot ball. Ferreira now for the fourth delivery. And this one is kind of pulled out to deep mid wicket by Ferreira. They take a single. South Africa 48 for 4. The required run rate is nearing 13 right now. At this point in their innings, India was 70 for 2. Next one is cutaway square of sweeper cover, and they get through for 2. South Africa 50 for 4. Final delivery, and this one is played to long on for a single. After 8 overs, South Africa 51 for 4, and Miller is hogging the strike. Well. This is a much better display from the Indian bowling attack than during the first match, where they were very erratic, I would say. Let's see if we do have any social media interactions. Oh, we have Brian in Brisbane saying bye, thanks for the call, and I know exactly why he is leaving. There is, of course, right now, I think it's the second T20 International going on between between England and the West Indies. Let's have a look at that. Let's see if we have. Yes, there's the second T20 going on right now in St. George's. And I can give you an update on that one. England won the toss, chose the field, put in the West Indies, who are now 29 for none after 4 overs. This one, of course, is covered by Guerrilla Cricket. Here on YouTube at Guerrilla Cricket. You can follow that match there. I mean, after that, I will be there as well. Tweeting in, stinking up the joint. Jadeja is back for his second over, and Miller is taking him for 2 sixes on the fourth delivery. There is a loud appeal from Jadeja. The umpire is unmoved. The captain is off the field. Who is the vice captain in this? Oh, yeah. Doesn't really matter. DRS is not available at the moment, apparently. Oh, okay. And now in the replay, there is an appeal by Jadeja for caught behind, and in the replay, I would say that Miller got away with one there. There's an obvious deviation as the ball passes the bat. He got an edge to that. It should have been caught behind by Sharma of Jadeja. Here, Miller should be gone by all rights. He got a bit of a life there, I would suggest. And that means end of the ninth over, and South Africa are 66 for 4, and there is a strategic timeout, which I will also take. See you in about 2.5 minutes. Sorry, I'm back. Okay. I think I missed. Oh. No, it's okay. I didn't miss a ball. Okay. Kuldeep Yadav is brought into the attack. And his first delivery goes for a single. Second delivery is a dot ball. Jadeja apparently taking over duties as captain, judging by his directing the field for Kuldeep Yadav. There is another single, South Africa 68 for 4 after 9.3 overs. Next one is another single by Ferreira. South Africa now move on to 69. Nice. 4-4. Kuldeep back into the attack. And this one is hammered by Ferreira over long on for a 6. South Africa 75 for 4 after 9.4 overs. Yadav bowling over the wicket to the right-handed Pereira. Yadav, of course, left arm spinner. And the final delivery of his over, and it's 6 and out for Ferreira. Kuldeep Yadav has disturbed the furniture, bowled him. And that means that Donovan Ferreira is out. Bowled Kuldeep Yadav for 12 from 11 deliveries at a strike rate of 109.09. After 10 overs, South Africa are 75 for 5. David Miller on 21, and that brings Andile Pechlokwayo out into the middle at number 7 for South Africa. India will feel like they can clean up the tail from here. Miller probably the only substantial obstacle in their way to a convincing victory. Let's put it that way. Jadeja coming back on. I think he's the vice captain, so he brings himself back on in the absence of Surya Kumar Yadav, who had to leave the field earlier in the innings after probably injuring his ankle or at best straining it. That looked relatively nasty. And the first delivery of Jadeja's over is a leg by to Miller. Second delivery to Pechlokwayo is also leg by. The ball dribbles out into the offside, and they steal a quick run on a misfield. Generally, not what you should do. Next delivery hurtles down off the bottom edge to the boundary. For 4 runs. South Africa 82 for 5. As we see replays of Kuldeep Yadav hitting the middle stump relatively low of a Ferreira. There is an appeal for a caught behind down the leg side from Jadeja. There is a DRS timer now. Jadeja was appealing, Jitesh Sharma was appealing, but after a brief consultation, Jadeja lets the timer tick down. There is no run though. Let's see a replay. No, there was probably nothing on that. And next delivery brings another wicket as Andile Pechlokwayo is caught and bowled by Ravi Jadeja. He tried to smash him over. Yes, he tried to loft that, to pull that over over long on, essentially. Can only loop it back to Jadeja, who takes a very easy caught and bowl chance, and Pechlokwayo has to go for a duck. South Africa 82 for 6 after 11 overs. The current run rate is 7.45. The required run rate is now in excess of 13. And Keshav Maharaj is coming out to the wicket at number 8. India's bowling attack has exposed the South African tail here, I would suggest. South Africa still require 114 runs in this innings to successfully chase the target of 202 that India set them in their innings, and I don't really think there is a realistic chance of that happening, as we see replays of the caught and bowled from Jadeja. Safe hands as always. Jadeja, of course, known for his athletic and safe fielding. Excuse me. Kuldeep Yadav is back into the attack. First 2 deliveries of his over are taken for singles. The third delivery is a slog sweep from Miller that goes for 4 runs, and South Africa are 88 for 6 after 11.3. Miller on 31. And now there's a cut from Miller. He cuts it to point. They take a single. Kuldeep now has figures of 1-4-16 from 1.4 overs. South Africa 89-4-6 after 11.4. Miller on 32. Maharaj now facing on 1 of 1. And he tries to step away, give himself room, and cut Kuldeep away. Misses it, and Sharma takes it cleanly. There is no run. Final delivery of Kuldeep's over, and he bowls him again. It's a carbon copy of the Ferreira dismissal. Maharaj tries to step back, give himself room to smash Kuldeep to the boundary. Misses it, and Kuldeep hits middle and leg about halfway up the stumps, and South Africa after 12 overs are 89-7. David Miller, the not-out batsman, on 32, and that should bring to the middle Lizard Williams. No, it isn't Lizard Williams. They have brought out Nandre Burger, the debutant for South Africa in this match. He's on naught, and well, I mean, he's not facing. That will he'll be happy about that one, I think. As Maharaj was dismissed of the final delivery of Kuldeep's over, and so it falls to David Miller to face the face the first delivery of Mohammad Siraj's third over. Siraj steaming in over the wicket to right arm over the wicket to the left-handed Miller, and Siraj coming in very hot, and Burger tries to jab that into the offside, misses it completely. A nervous grin from Burger here, nervous smile. There is no run though, and South Africa remain on a 94-7. Third delivery is jabbed into the offside by Burger. They take a single. Burger off the mark in his debut match, in his debut innings with the bat. He is 1 of 2. Miller back on strike on 33 of 21. And South Africa are 91-7 after 12.3 overs. Well, what do you think? Get in touch. You can always use the YouTube chat. You can also tweet me. There is the Twitter handle at LinuxLea. Yeah, let me know what you think. I thought the 201 that India made was a bit subpar, but the South African batting lineup has been struggling to make runs here on this surface that didn't seem to have that much in it for the bowlers when India were batting, to be quite honest. And now I really think the South African tail has been exposed, and well, Mohammad Siraj is smiling. He bowled a wide based on both line and height, I would say. There is still one delivery to come in this over, and he has conceded 1, 2, 3, 5 thus far of his third. And this one is smacked into the offside, where it is fielded, it is caught. Now it is fielded by Jadeja. I don't know why they are showing us replays of Maharash's dismissal. Again, it's fielded by Jadeja, who rubs his fingers after that. Seems to have hurt himself a bit, or at least got it on the fingers. After 13 overs, South Africa are 94 for 7. Miller on 35, Bulger on 1. And it is Kuldeep time again. His third over, he has figures of 2 for 16 from 2 completed overs. And he is coming into the left-handed Bulger, left arm over the wicket, and he has him LBW given out on the field. And Bulger is not bothering reviewing that one. It pitched on off stump. And Bulger is hit on the back pad, plumb in front of the stumps, and that is him gone for 1. LBW bowled Kuldeep Yadav, and South Africa are now 98 for 4. And that now should bring out Lizard Williams at number 10. Indeed it does. And now this match is it looks very inevitable now. India well in the driver's seat here, in full control. Kuldeep Yadav coming in for his second delivery, which is slapped back to him by Lizard Williams. He plays that, as we see a replay. It's pitching outside off. Impact is in line, and it's hitting the wickets. Third delivery. Third delivery is a bit weird because Williams is going down. He's almost hit in the head. But it's a ball that he misjudged the bounce of completely. Keeps much lower than he thinks. He tries to duck under it, gets hit in the upper half of the body, at least. And India are appealing for LBW. Oh yes, he tries to. He tries to sweep it. He tries to sweep it, misses it. He's going. He's trying to reverse sweep it. Sorry, he's trying to reverse sweep it. Makes a big step forward. Goes down on his knees, and is hit in the stomach, which is about the height of his knee roll here. He's not. He's given not out on the field. But he's hit in front of the stumps. The only thing that can save him here is height, I would say. As we, there's a bit of a wiggle of the line on Ultra Edge, I think. There is an impact on the thigh pad. No. There is no bet involved, and that's a very good review from Vice Captain Ravindra Jadeja, because Lizard Williams is given out after review. LBW bowled Kuldeep for naught. South Africa are 94 for 9 after 13.3 overs, and this has to be this is it. This has to be it. The only batsman left in the shed for South Africa at this point is Tabraiz Shamsi, and to call him a batsman is probably very, very generous. As we continue, yes, Tabraiz Shamsi is on strike, and he is facing Kuldeep Yadav now. Here we go. And he flicks that out into the leg side. The fielders are not that interested, and they allow Tabraiz Shamsi to basically rob them of a single and bring David Miller on strike. Probably the best chance for South Africa to make any more runs here. And he tries to sweep Kuldeep Yadav, and it takes off his leg stump. Takes out his leg stump, or it hits the top of leg. He's bowled around his legs. India win by 106 runs, and David Miller is the last batsman out for South Africa. He goes bowled Kuldeep Yadav for 35. That's a T20 fifer for Kuldeep Yadav. And he does it. 5 for 17, his figures. Let me check that. That's a new personal best for Kuldeep Yadav. His previous best bowling in a T20 internationals was 5 for 24, 5 for 17, though his new personal best. Let me run you through the scorecard. South Africa, Reza Hendricks run out Mohammad Siraj 8, Matthew Breetzke bowled Mukesh Kumar 4, Aidan Markram caught Jaiswal bowled Jadeja 25, Heinrich Klaassen caught Singh bowled Arshdeep Singh 5, David Miller bowled Kuldeep Yadav 35, Donovan Ferreira bowled Kuldeep Yadav 12, Andile Pachlokwayo caught and bowled Jadeja none, Keshav Maharaj bowled Kuldeep Yadav 1, Nandra Burger LBW bowled Kuldeep Yadav 1, Lizard Williams LBW bowled Kuldeep Yadav none, Tabrei Shamsi not out 1. We had 3 extras, 2 of which were leg byes, 1 was a wide, and the total is 95 all out after 13.5 overs at a run rate of 6.86. As the target was 202, India win the third T20 international in this series by 106 runs. Now for the Indian bowling card, we have Mohammad Siraj, 3 overs, 1 maiden, 13 runs, no wicket. Mukesh Kumar, 2 overs, no maidens, 21 runs, 1 wicket. Arshdeep Singh, 2 overs, no maidens, 13 runs, 1 wicket. Ravindra Jadeja, 3 overs, no maidens, 25 runs, 2 wickets. Tilak Varma, 1 over, no maidens, 4 runs, no wickets. Kuldeep Yadav, pick of the bowlers, 2.5 overs, no maidens, 17 runs, 5 wickets. As I said, a new personal best for Kuldeep Yadav in T20 internationals with figures of 5 for 17. Previous best was 5 for 24. Well, because the first match was rained out, the series ends drawn 1-all. What would I say about this match? India started strong after being inserted by South Africa after a bit of a wobble in the early stages, losing 2 quick wickets to Keshav Maharaj. There was a captain's knock by Surya Kumar Yadav in there, who made 100 at a strike rate of around 180. Jaiswal also made a good 60, even though he slowed down a bit towards the end of that innings. At the death, India could not accelerate in a way they probably would have wanted. Only 40 runs from the last 4 overs, which was probably a bit unsatisfactory for the Indian for the Indian batsmen. Nevertheless, they crossed 200 and made 201 runs for 7 wickets, and therefore set South Africa a target of 202 to win it all. And after the South African bowlers struggling with the surface, not finding any purchase, there was the odd one that swung, there was the odd one that spun, but the bowling didn't look that threatening throughout India's innings. And well, what can I say to this batting display from South Africa? Breetzke was the first to go. He was bowled by Mukesh Kumar. Then we had a comedy run out from Reza Hendricks, and from then on it was trial by spin mostly. We had 2 wickets from Jadeja and a fifer from Yadav, and the South African batsmen never looked comfortable against the Indian spinners. Even though I said during the first innings that I think that 210 is the minimum India would want to give their bowlers something to bowl at. It proved that the bowling attack this time around was pretty tight. There is only one bowler with an economy above 8.33, and that is Mukesh Kumar, who only bowled 2 overs, took a wicket, and the 8.33 is Jadeja, and everyone else has an economy below 6.5. This was really, really tight bowling from India today. I think it was an interesting match nonetheless, even though the margin of victory doesn't suggest it was. It was an entertaining match, and well, it means that India can save face. Let's see what's going on with Surya Kumar Yadav, who had to go off the field during the second innings with an injured ankle. Let's hope he's fit for the rest of the tour, which of course will continue on Sunday with the first of the one-day internationals, which will be covered here live in English. So if you don't want to miss that, you should subscribe to this channel. You should enable notifications, and you should also look over on Twitch at White Line Wire. They are covering the women's test in India, going on between India and England right now. And of course, you should have an eye out for the England in the West Indies series, which is also concurrently underway, and I think most people will be there right now anyway. I will join you shortly over on Gorilla Cricket here on YouTube or on the website. Any final social media interactions. Oh, we have Kai who says, viel Spaß, Lea, ich bleib heute den Windies treu, which means have fun, Lea. He is going to stay loyal to the Windies today, which is fine. Thank you very much for the attention. Thank you for interacting with me here on YouTube. Thank you for everyone who left a like for this stream. I will be heading over to Gorilla Cricket now to listen to their coverage of the West Indies versus England game. See you all on Sunday for the start of the ODI series. Thank you very, very much, and have a nice rest